starting recording. And just warming up for this for the recording here. Okay, so hi and welcome everybody for the SUSE QE Tools workshop. Last time we heard from Robert Richardson, who wanted to show how to contribute to OpenGA based on example how he learned it. Robert asked for a bit more time, that's why we shifted that in the schedule, and gladly Gabriele then jumped in and wants to share his also fresh experience on how to contribute to OS audience, in particular for increasing the code coverage based on a recent example. So Gabriele, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So for today's workshop, we are going to handle the Needle PM code coverage. The acceptance of this task is to just fully cover the needle.pm Perl code. In OS autoinst, we use the code coverage to understand what is covered and what is not. You can see right here that is the master branch that we have 100% covered, but this is thanks to my pull request that is often right here. And what I needed to cover is, you see here that the coverage is on 85.41%, and the miss line was the number 58, 66, and so on. So forth. You can see by this element in the
exclamation
list.
mark with a warning sign for uncovered.
Yeah. And to cover this, I have opened this pull request where there is more than 100 line added and 24 removed. I created a 7 commit. We can go one by one, but we are going to talk about only the most useful one. This is the first commit that I have done. This is the test that is going to cover.
Zoom in on this GitHub page a little bit. So I think 200% was good.
Yeah. This is one commit that the first commit that I had that is going to cover the invalid path JSON file. We can see here in the line here, if I remember correctly. Needle JSON file not under directory, so yes, is not under this directory. So these tests are going to cover the line 58. Simply in the test we have the declaration of the Michelle's needle D directory, that is the current directory, and we just create a path that didn't exist, and then we catch the error that the needle is in an invalid path. So just the throw is it will be okay if it's created. Then we have a handle broken JSON file. As I mentioned before, we create for this example we create a temporary directory because we need to create a file. So we set this temporary directory as our needle directory, and then we create this file using the SPU method. And as you can see, the JSON is broken, so the it will be show a warning that that said that broken JSON, etc. We can see this right here. We have a broken warning that will show up as broken JSON file. I think this is a little bit more than the other one because we have, as before, a temporary directory created, a JSON file that are going to be created like this. So we have an area with a click, but it was invalid. These and then we have the tag duplication. We can see that here in the register subroutine. So in this case, the subroutine we are going to create, are going to check if the needle contain more than one tag, same tag, and a little bit of refactoring because reason, and this is the correct subtest that simply create a temporary directory, create two file. One is JSON and one is a PNG. We need the PNG related to JSON because we need the image that we expect. The area is a correct area, and then we have the new JSON that so direct here we have a tag 1 and tag 1 that are both the same, so are duplicated, and then we combine like so, and we are going to are going to the new needle catch, and this is the explanation of what we have done here. And so we have a refactoring of a line inside the needle.pm. We can cover that, but it is not really interesting. And then we have the removal of the save subroutine, because after a conversation with Tina and Marius, they discovered that the save subroutine is never used. So we can simply deprecate this subroutine by just removing it. And this will solve a large block that is here, a large block of uncovered so this line will not show up again. And then we have the last subroutine of the module, that is the tags subroutine that is extract and check the tag that we want to return. but all of these element is not covered. So in order to cover, I have create. Let me, or maybe not. I have created this new subtest that simply create. Yes, simply create three needle with tag one. I don't see it. Yes, needle new. We have tag one test tag one.json, test tag two.json, and test tag three.json. That are three file that I have created and is stored in the miscellaneous needles. And inside of them, there is the tags declaration with tag one, tag two. For the tag 2 test, there is only tag 2, and for the latest tag 1 and tag 3. So we expect that the result of the tag, if we search for tag 1, is an array of 2. So the test is the check for the scalar result, and the expected outcome is 2. And we have the same for tag 2 because we have tag 2 in the first needle and in the second new needle. And for the last two tests, we have check that we have above, but with only the tag that we have only one needle with tag 3, and is the latest one. And this is simply for myself because I want to be sure that there is no there is no element, there is no needle with no existing tag. All yes, and this pull request contain only one commit that simply add on the previous test, two more check for the result of tag with more than one argument inside of the wanted variable. How it is working, simply the wanted is converted into an array, and if this array is not is not empty, this will continue on, and is going simply the subroutine are going to check if inside of this array there is more than one tag that is present in our needles. And after this, we cover all of the line of all of the line of the needle.pm, and now we have 100% covered line for real. And that's all.
Okay, that's very good, and thanks a lot for such elaborate contribution as one of your first contributions ever in this project. I wonder, how did you approach the the development at all? How did you start? You called git clone and then what?
Yes, I have. I have already cloned the project, so the git clone. I can skip that command, but I have created a new branch in my fork. The branch is not here anymore, but and I create a new branch. Inside the branch, I have run the test locally. So the using the proof, and then I can show you if you want the proof and the test that I needed to cover. So in this case, it was proof T01 test needle. And for discover the code coverage, we have inside the make file um, inside the make file a section where it's not here. It's
Yeah, in
a
the
section.
README, if you scroll down,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
README
yeah.
mentions.
Coverage. Yes. And if we run the make coverage, we create an HTML file that is simply really similar to what code coverage present to us, with all of the line covered or not covered, and yes, and that's it. And uh, I I have added one commit, not one modified, and then I test if this modify we is going to cover that line, and so on.
Okay. What was working out fine when you did that, and what was most challenging?
The most challenging, it was, I think, this coverage, because I am new to Perl, so most of uh, the um, the usage of the Perl code are not familiar to me. So for this, I was struggling a bit, and I think it was the problem, not the problem, but I have not discovered by myself. I not discovered by myself why this is not covered, even if I have added those tests. So discover why those lines are not covered yet was a little bit um, difficult to me to understand. But
I see. And uh, what worked out fine, if there was anything that worked out fine?
yes, I think the first. Let me. I don't remember. 03, I
So,
think it
like the
was.
very first commit that you showed, those were the.
Yes, because it
Uh,
was really easy to add those tests, because I see that there was a lot of other tests that are similar to
right.
this, and so I simply analyze them and add this new test. And I think the three commit I have created in a single hour, because they are really similar
Okay, that's cool.
to
Yep.
each other.
Um, do you see any benefit in you doing this pull request? Does it help you in the future?
It tells me to understand what needle are really doing, and what is the workflow of the registration of a needle, and the usage of a needle and what is a JSON, what is used to what is used for a JSON and so on. So I think it was a really good learning point about this pull request.
All right, that's good. Okay, guys, anybody else from the audience that has questions or remarks to Gabriele? If not, then I have one or two follow-up questions. So, Gabriele, what would you suggest for any newcomer to the project if somebody else would like to work with Auth Audience? What do you recommend them to do?
Yes, for me it works really well to trying to cover a lot of. In the last couple of months, I have done a lot of code coverage, and it helped me really to understand what is the some piece of code are going to, why that there is some kind of code. For example, I didn't know what needle.pm are doing, so using those code coverage process helped me to understand what a subroutine, what the object needle is doing, and I have also done an auto test code coverage that helped me to understand what auto test module is doing, and yeah, it helps me real a lot. So what I can share is that this experience helped me to understand the project.
Right, yeah, that could also be helpful for anybody else trying. On the other hand, are there maybe any mistakes that you can state which people could avoid? Or
Sorry,
should be
I lost.
anything that
Yeah,
people should be extra careful about to avoid mistakes or running into the same problems again?
Um, I don't have anything to say about this argument, because at least this code coverage, it was hard to approach in the first, but later on the process, I went straight forward, more or less. So maybe the first thing that I have thought is, okay, this is hard, but I want to do, but it was really straightforward on a point to it.
Um, I'm interested. Maybe you can share just a little bit of what environment are you using. So you're using a Linux system, and then what do you use as editor, or how to run the
Yes.
tests?
Let me screen share here. Okay. Can you see?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, I am running the OpenSUSE Tumbleweed, and I am used to use Tmax environment with NeoVim. Most of the time, I use this environment. Environment editor and a terminal in the other side. So I can, for example, change something. I don't know. Let me just do this as an example, and then prove not auto test, but it is needle. I don't remember needle. Needle is 0, 1. It was easy. And -v, most of the time I use -v to have a verbose output, and to have the code coverage coverage. I miss a lot inside of this, but build, move build. This is one of the first things that you need to do, run the make inside the project to create a lot of meta file, for example, build, debug viewer, and so on. Otherwise, most of the code inside the OS autoinst, it will not work. And now if we run the make coverage, maybe not of all the coverage, not all the tests, because we have not that many time. 0, 1. These are going to create an HTML with the cover that I have explained previously. And yes, that's pretty much the environment that I am using to test and to cover the test.
All right.
So the two important command, it is prove, and then we have let the ref finish. Okay, make coverage, because using these two, prove, it help to have an output of the test that we are adding, because we have not style 0, 1 needle. This is the file that is corresponding to 0, 1 test needle. And then after all the tests are passed, we can just simply run the coverage to understand what is not covered yet.
That's the local HTML report.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Guys, anybody else with questions or remarks? Gabriele, do you have anything else you would like to add?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, cool. Then I will just share the schedule for next time. Thank you, Gabriele, a lot. That was quite insightful. And
Thank you.
then the next call will be on the 7th of February with the roadmap presentation of the tasks that we achieved in the last months, as well as the way looking forward. And I'm looking forward to also a discussion regarding the tasks that we put on our backlog. And after that, on the 21st of February, it's planned that Robert Richardson gives us another look into how to contribute, in that case, based on an OPK example. Look out for that one, because actually it is also about the visual part. Then, thank you and goodbye.